That is right! I've made it to week 3! I can't believe it. I am back with the GBC. Coach of the Ronald's Reggie Big Asses. Your favourite mod, cause Dialpo and Farmer suck. Fishy wishy big tissue. Is that a good energetic intro? I hope so. I hope you're thrilled. I hope you're beaming with excitement, prepared to watch me play this week. I'll just get into the team. Alright, so we're versing Prince Ali this week. We have Moltres Galar. That's our poster boy right there. That is the guy. We're running Choice Scarf. That's right. So the last 2 weeks we've been running some setup. In week 1 it was Nasty Plot because I didn't think the speed was necessary. Probably was, even though it didn't get onto the field anyways. And in week 2 we ran an agility set with weakness policy, which also just died fucking straight away. So this week I was like, yeah, fuck it. I don't want to run some setup bullshit this week. I'll just run Scarf. Scarf, it'll outspeed everything. Fiery Wrath doesn't have a resistance on this team other than Terra Fairy Dracloak, which I forgot about. That's not the point. Really, the only way to deal with this is running, like... You either run Amoonguss or Swampert. I guess it could be both, but why would you want Spadef, Amoonguss, and Swampert? You're really just opening yourself up to bibarel there. Then we have Ferroseed. Sorry. My apologies. Sleep Talk on Moltres. Yes, Dialpo came up with that one. I just had Memento to be annoying. Dialpo was like, well, if you run Sleep Talk, you can switch into Amoonguss Spore and just click that. Fucking genius. Why is he in the low division, by the way? He's a cheater. He shouldn't be there. He lied. He lied about his age. Ferroseed, fully defensive. Basically, this is to deal with the Mousehold. Mousehold ain't doing shit to me. It does like, what, 45% or something at +1. And Garable does 50%. I want to click Knock though. I want to be able to either get rid of the wide lens, if that's what he's running, so that he probably doesn't hit all of the population bombs, or I want to be able to knock off on Entei switch-ins, so Choice Band doesn't do as much, Choice Scarf won't be outspeeding everything, or Heavy Duty Boots will just die to Stealth Rocks, and Sticky Webs, which, that's coming up later, obviously. And also, if it's protective pads on Mousehold, we can get rid of the pads, so that population bomb will kill itself. Leech Seed, obviously, and I chose Stealth Rock over Spikes. Again, I had Spikes at first, and Dialpo was like, well, if you knock off on Entei, then you could run Stealth Rock. And I was like, this guy's a fucking genius. Then we got the Tatsugiri, named Compass Little Buddy, because in TBA I used a Dondozo named Compass. That's an inside joke. Fuck you all, you don't get to know it. We're running full special attack Modest with Dragon Terror to hit those Dracos. Yes, we're gonna drop a Draco this week. Once again, not a switch in other than Terra Fairy Dracloak, which I forgot existed. Forgive me. Icy Wind also just hits everything other than Entei, so that's also good. It drops speed. Rapid Spin gets rid of hazards, boosts my own speed, and if I have my speed boosted, I outspeed Mousehold. Actually, I think I'm EV to outspeed Max Jolly Scarf Swampert. I didn't expect it, but I'm prepared for the worst. And Nasty Plot, because Nasty Plot Draco basically just annihilates anything in its path. There's like no switching, so there we go. Goodbye Prep Doc, and let's scroll down to the bottom 3 mons. Okay, Aromatisse. So you see Articuno there, and if you watched my last video with the Masquerain, what the fuck is that noise? Oh, I'll fix that later. So if you've seen my video with the Masquerain, you would know my team doesn't have a Hurricane switch in. And now I have to fight an Articuno that's gonna click Calm Mind and Agility against me and fucking sweep me. So my thought process is, I'll switch in with Aromatisse on a Calm Mind, and I'll Calm Mind battle with it, take whatever hit it throws at me, it'll be forced to switch, and then Aromatisse will sweep. Look, that is the most flawed thing of all time. I probably should have just run some like Encore Toxic Wish Moonblast. It would have been better. It would have been so much better. But it's not as funny. Maybe when I'm like playing in a league, like not seriously, like I'm not really concerned whether I win or lose, but seriously enough to where I'm trying and not being stupid, I shouldn't be running funny shit like that. But it's funny. So we ran the Calm Mind red card. At first I had Psych Up over Calm Mind to be able to copy the Calm Minds. So the main flaw with the set is Entei, Swampert, and Mousehold all still outspeed me. So even if the strat worked perfectly, I ended up on like 4 fucking Calm Minds. I get a Wish off, so I'm at full after the stored power or the Hurricane. Even if all of that worked perfectly, I just get outsped killed by Entei or Mousehold. So it didn't matter. It was stupid. And there's also just the straight up possibility that Articuno doesn't bother Calm Minding and just Hurricanes off the bat because it can. It could be Specs Hurricane for all I know. And then I've forced it out, cool, but I can only do that once, and I've lost 30% of my health, bringing in something that's probably going to force me out. Realistically, if I wanted to stop Articuno, I would have been so much better bringing Dust Noir. Haze Dust Noir. That's all I needed to do. Haze Dust Noir would have won this game. But no. I thought, fuck it, let's run Aromatisse. I think I just wanted the Wish to be able to heal up Ferroseed, because Ferroseed is for like Swampert, it's for Mousehold, it's gonna be taking damage. But hindsight is 20/20, I guess. I say hindsight, and you'll see what happens to Aromatisse in the battle. It doesn't end well. So Orbeetle. We're running pretty bulky, but a good amount of special attack and speed as well. Safety goggles, so Amoonguss can't spore me. We have the Sticky Web, because Webs is really good against this team. It forces Entei to run Boots, same with the Stealth Rocks, and if he doesn't, then, well, Entei becomes pretty fucking slow and useless. Future Sight is good damage to everything except for Articuno. U-turn is pivot and then recover because I just needed another move. And then we have Tauros. My Bullsack makes his grand return. I say it every week. For some reason, I like my Bullsack more than Bibarel, which you might notice I didn't bring this week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need the God. God is unneeded in my plan. Because the God is me all along. So we're running Bulk Up, Raging Bull, Earthquake, and Trailblaze. I only have 128 attack, but that's all I need. I am 2-hit KOing pretty much this entire team. Actually, I don't even think if it's basically. I think I just 2-hit KO this entire team. Fully defensive Amoonguss dies to Raging Bull. And fully defensive... Okay, I think if he ran fully defensive physical Swampert, Trailblaze wouldn't actually do half. But if he's Spadef, oh yes, Trailblaze is doing its job. And after a bulk up, it's just basically GG. You have to kill Tauros before Tauros kills you. We have Sugarberry. My main goal, because I'm mostly defensive as you can see, is I want to switch in on the Entei take a Sacred Fire or a Flare Blitz or whatever. If it's banded or scarfed, he has to switch. If he's running boots, then I'll just click EQ. Because if he clicks Stomping Tantrum, I'm Shookaberry. I don't care. So I'll be taking that Stomping Tantrum, and since you wouldn't have a band, you actually wouldn't be doing as much damage as you could be with Stomping Tantrum. And Earthquake will basically, it won't kill Entei, but it will definitely take it out of the game. For the most part. So that's the plan, that's the team. Let's actually go to our battle now. We're running normal speed this week, guys. That's right, I'm not going to bother putting it on slow for a few turns just to get sick of it. I did this battle like an hour ago or some shit. I've already forgotten what's happened. Swampert, I just led Moltres. I was like, yep, Scarf, whatever. I get the turn 1 flinch. And then I switch. I'm like, alright, that's Spadef. Protective Pads Swampert for the Ferroseed, which I think is cool. I thought it would have been on Mousehold, but it isn't. And straight away we learn it is a life-orbed Entei, which I didn't expect. But it's fine, it works all the same. I get the Earthquake off. Here, I would have clicked Trailblaze, or I would have clicked Raging Bull, or whatever. But I was like, look, neither of those actually kill Entei from 20%. I guess I could have Trailblazed, and then like after the thing I would have been faster than it anyway, but then if it had like extreme speed, it would have been a whole thing. So I was like, let's just get the kill. Let's just go for the kill. And obviously he switched into Articuno, which isn't surprising. Aromatisse comes in, it clicks sub. I was like, oh yes, it's going to start Calm Minding. No, it just hit me. It just hit me, and instantly Aromatisse's whole set is thrown out the window. I guess Encore... Does Encore work on subs? I don't even know. We get the future side off. It lets... Oh, Mousehold comes in. And then it doubles. Interesting. Okay. I just go into Ferroseed. I shouldn't have stayed in, but I wanted to knock off. It did... So here it did 19%, which... You probably don't know the calc of Ferroseed versus Articuno Galar, because why the fuck would you? But my calc said it should have been doing at minimum like 25. So I was like, oh, that's defensive Articuno, which for now isn't important to you. I think that actually like lowered my nerves a little bit, because I was like, okay, Articuno is fully defensive. That probably should have scared me more, to be honest, because that makes Calm Mind fucking stored power all the more powerful. But I wasn't thinking like that. I was like, oh, great, now I outspeed this thing. So I switch into Aromatisse here and pay the price. Because Aromatisse, the Articuno counter, fucking got murdered by Articuno. Articuno ruined my life. Jesus Christ, I'm terrible at this game. I am so fucking garbage dog shit at Pokemon. But it's fine. We don't stress about it. So Tatsugiri comes in, I just click Rapid Spin, get rid of the rocks. What was that? There was something I was gonna say something, I don't remember. I double into Orbeetle because of Spore. He doubles into Dracloak, and well, you can see he clicks U-turn. But in my head, I was like, oh, I survive a Shadow Ball. I didn't count for Specs, because I didn't expect Specs. It's got 60 special attack investment. I thought this Dracloak was purely to deal with bibarels, so I thought it would have had like T-Wave, maybe Will-O-Wisp. Something to just get rid of bibarel, but no, it wasn't running that. So really, the whole reason I didn't bring Dracloak was because I was like, oh, the whole reason I didn't bring bibarel was because I was like, oh, I just get stopped by this thing anyways. Apparently I should have just brought bibarel, because this thing wasn't doing shit to me. I could have. Oh man, I could have fucked up a Drat Cloak, but whatever. It clicks U-turn. I probably should have. Oh no, I sticky webbed. Yeah, that's what I. And okay, here's where the Articuno lore comes in. Because of the damage that Knockoff did earlier, and the fact I went, that's defensive, I just assumed it didn't have speed. I just assumed there was no speed investment on this Articuno. So I was like, I'll outspeed and click U-turn. I'm so goddamn stupid. I am a special kind of stupid, because now I've just thrown away Orbeetle for free. Who would have loved to click a few more fucking future sites in this battle, especially when this is on low health. But no, apparently I'm too stupid for that. So now I'm in a 4v6 scenario. Moltres comes in, he just sacks off Entei. Even in chat, I have to say, I'm playing like trash, and I am. I've thrown away 2 things. Dratcloak comes in, and here is where I learnt that it was Terra Fairy. Look, I didn't look at the Terra types. I was so focused on the fact Dratcloak was going to deal with Bibarel that I completely forgot it could Terra Fairy. Because why would you Terra Fairy when your whole point is to deal with Quick Attack? It's fine. I mean, Terra Fairy still works for the crunch that Bibarel would have ran to deal with Dratcloak anyways. So maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. It's whatever. Because he didn't Specs Terra Blast. Now, I am intrigued. Okay. I'm not going to calc it right now, but because I can't be asked. But in post-editing, I'll put the calc on the screen for Terra Fairy Specs Terra Blast from Dratcloak onto Moltres. I feel like Moltres lives a hit. Because Moltres has really high special defense and Dratcloak has really low special attack. But I might be dead wrong in assuming that. Regardless, I was like, oh, you're giving me Dratcloak for free? Are you like Choice Scarf T-Wave or something? Like, what are you doing? But no, he was Terra Fairy and assumed I would switch. So then I kill Articuno too, and a round of applause for me. I celebrated when that thing died. Mungus comes in. I don't know why the double is into Mousehold here, but he clicks Tidy Up, gets rid of the webs. I knock off an item, King's Rock. Fun thing about King's Rock, it's banned. Anyways, I didn't know that. I didn't care either. I probably should have assumed it's banned, but whatever, that's besides the point. Pads probably was better than King's Rock in this battle anyways, so I'm not going to complain. And then Population Bomb does itself in with Iron Barbs, which was the whole point of Ferroseed. I don't think it takes Albert Einstein to realise that's what I was going to do, but maybe. So I kill the Mousehold. This thing comes in. I probably could have switched if I wanted to, but I just let Ferroseed die. And here, I get a critical hit with Trailblaze, killing Swampert in 1 hit. After the Intimidate, I would have taken an Earthquake or a Liquidation anyways. So even if I didn't get the crit with Trailblaze, I would have been fine. But the crit definitely helps. It means I don't take any damage, meaning that Amoonguss can't actually one-shot me. I just click Raging Bull because I don't want to switch. I don't want something else to get spored. I could have probably gone into Moltres and done the Sleep Talk shit, but I'm fine. The Dratcloak switch. So here's the issue with the Dratcloak switch. For the most part, when you're asleep for 2 turns and you wake up on the 3rd. That's how it is with rest, but when something like Spore puts you to sleep, for the most part, that's how it works as well. So when he went to Dratcloak, I was like, wait, so you're just going to let me wake up? We get another crit with Raging Bull. That one didn't matter. And Prince Ali forfeits. Rage quit! No, it isn't. We talked post-game. So yeah, that's this battle done. post-game thoughts. Never run aromatisse like that again. That was fucking stupid. I deserve to be banned for life from Pokemon for that shit. Don't assume something is going to be max EVs. I don't do that shit. I don't know why I expected Prince Ali to be like that. And my bull sack strikes back. Let's go. I love my bull sack.